Are we live? We're live.
We're live.
And we got lots of light. Hello viewers. This is a first for me doing a camping review. I'm going to be doing 3 different types of camping bed. One is the very cheap version of a 4-leg Halfords camping bed. Is that coming into view? Yeah. And comes in a bag, weighing it, and the whole kit with legs, 4 legs, weighs about 2.5 kg for that one. Next one is the OX ultra light cot bed, super quality bed, weighing in at about 2.5 kg. And then working up to the outwell, very heavy duty outwell camping bed, which makes a very good spare bed in any situation on a boat or a bedroom. So to start with the cheapest one first. I'll do the Halfords. Very simple stretch fabric, and it comes with 4 poles which latch in to make it strap to do the basics on the bed bit. Initially it folds down. Here's one of the poles, kind of round profile at the ends, which is a bit of a problem because when they twist round when you're building it, very tricky sometimes to line up the little holes for the legs. So eventually, when you get all the holes in the slots, the final one that's got a bit of an angle for a pillow, but it's debatable whether it works well or not. Slots into the 3rd pole. You see, it is a fiddly one with persistence, so it will work. Anyway, that one slots it into there, should go under there, and then there's a little flap there which you can pull it over and stretch it in, keeping it short so the video is not too long. This is one that was obviously made earlier, and it's stretched in at the ends. Tricky part with this bed is to 4 legs. This is, you can buy these, I bought this one a few years ago from Halfords for £15. I think they're around £24 at the moment. Check on the Halfords sites. Right, these are the mild steel, ready bent legs for the job. One problem with these legs is, as you use them over time, they bend and flex. So you've got to really stretch them back into shape before you can line them up. So each little pole's got a little inbuilt hole for the legs. If I can find it. There we go. There's one. This is the problem with these beds. If you're in a hurry, trying to line up the holes, and you've got to twist each pole round, which is very fiddly to get the I'll get all the holes lined up, going to be facing the floor when it's done. That's coming. That's 2, 3, 4, definitely a downside to this bed. With a bit of a practice, you can get good at it. Am I still in view? Yeah. Right, first in goes in. Push it, if it's the right tension, the right shape. It'll go in, that's number one. Number two. If you're clever, you can get a hole that's not facing the right way, put the first one in, twist it round with the leg and go into the easier one. Right, the fourth leg. That hole's lined up, so we use the hole that isn't lined up, use that as a lever. And tension it in. It's all in. Have it with the once it's together, it's a fantastic little bed and surprisingly comfortable. So it's been so as time goes on, when you're bending and twisting and falling out of the bed, all sorts of stuff, do you need to practice. You've got my foot there, just bend the legs out. I've had these years and they still retension every time, and work with experience. So dimensions are quite good. I'm 5'10" and 95 kg heavy. It's a very comfortable, very comfortable fit. Also, you're not on the floor. You're away from the cold ground, and also you don't slide about on the tent canvas, and you're held nicely in position. It's nice and secure. You don't roll out of bed. Disadvantage of this one, you can probably see it rocking from side to side. It's a little bit weird to start with, but I've had these two beds. I've never broken one. Sometimes if you're really rough, one of the pins will jump out and rip through the fabric, which is another fault with these. Also, if you go towards the end of the bed, it's just going to, yeah, it's pretty good. Sometimes they flip over like that. But apart from that, once you're in the bed, fantastic little thing for 15 to 24 pounds. This is a major improvement on strength and quality, and it's 3 kg lighter than that one. All folds down into a nice neat little bag again. And the same system as the poles, but these poles are very clever because they've got a. Show you on one of the legs. They're all built in. They're kind of roundish, but they're squared off. Is that coming into focus?
This is the OEX, isn't it?
OEX, the OEX legs and the frame. So when you make it, they don't twist around. They stay in position. They're very clever. They lock in position. They can't twist. So if you put it out of line, you can't physically twist that. So it's a squarish aluminium legs, super strong. They don't bend. And the other thing, very easy to. There's 5 legs on this for extra stability. And each one it's got a clever, you don't have to line up the holes, push it in quite high tension. So, watch your fingers behind the initial. behind those clips, that could be a nasty finger crash. I think I bought this a year or so for about the £60 mark, but they're I think they're between £30 and £80 on different sites on there, on Google or Amazon or wherever. Number 2 leg, they just lock into position. And they are rock solid, they've hardly got any flex at all. They've got nice square feet at the bottom, flat feet at the bottom for stability. It won't push through, it won't damage your tent floor so much if you're in a tent. Right, number 5 leg. They're also corded on elastic so you can't lose any bits, which is very handy. Also when you come to dismantle it, they've got little push flaps there to release the tension. Now this one is amazing, that is rocks, this is rock solid. Again, decent dimensions for a 5'10", have your feet hanging over the end, and it doesn't hardly move at all. You can't tip it up, it doesn't capsize like the other one, and it doesn't tend to flip at the end when they sit on the end. So, two choices, cheap choice or the rock solid lighter weight choice. And obviously these are good if you can fit them in rucksacks or you're not walking too far. When I travel in the car, I just keep all the poles ready assembled to save all the faffing around with fiddling around with getting all the poles lined up. And the last and final bed is the Outwell Pegasus, I think. Little grips to hold it together. This is a seriously clever bed, seriously heavy duty. One of the best places to get this, I think, is Camping World. If you've got one near you, you can try it before you buy it. Instantly set up. Two retaining clips there to secure it. I'll put my head up that end. This is several years old and hasn't had any problems. The fabric stretches a little bit, but it hasn't been any problems. Absolutely rock solid. A bit of a pillow there. I'll use it for really good sunbathing kit as well. If you want to get off the ground, away from the insects in the ground like ants. That's a really clever thing about this one. It's got telescopic middle legs. In theory, it shouldn't work, but somehow, by some technology I don't understand, or magic, you can stick it up on reasonably uneven ground and it won't rock and it'll self-right itself. Also, these make amazing spare beds for bedrooms. You just, excuse me, won't you? Pillow on that end. say they're comfortable as well because of the poles. You're secure in there. You don't roll out. There's no springs to upset you. And there you have it. You've got a very good spare bed for boats, for vans, or rooms like this where I haven't got a bed. And people say they're one of the most comfortable beds they've slept on. So, there we have it. The first review on 3 camping beds. Thank you very much for watching, viewers. And if you enjoyed the video, please like it, and if you subscribe, I'll be able to do better quality and more reviews for you, and hopefully you'll find some good gear for next year's travels. Bye for now.